the Hermetic texts of Mercury Trismegistus, which the Dark Ones wanted to lose, to get rid of. The following is an excerpt from the Hermetic text, that is, a text attributed to Mercury Triune Trismegistus, who lived around 25,000 BC, 27,000 years ago. Hermetic texts which were much loved by early Christians, as it did not differ substantially from what Christ revealed to us. When the Christian faith was distorted and converted, these texts, among other things, were fought with devilish rage. But why is that? Because these were revealing that the servants of darkness wanted to keep a seven-sealed secret, that is, world is false, virtual, belonging to some evil entity, and we must get out of the prison and return to the real world. And we read what Hermes Trismegistus had to say, who was killed by the Egyptian priesthood because he was dangerous in what he said. Supposedly that's how the mythology, the legend goes. Authentic speeches, Hermes Trismegistus, code 25, 27 to 25, states this: the Father wanted to make the contestants approach and leave behind what belonged to the created world and despise these things with incomprehensible high knowledge and turn to the existent. We want to be victorious over the ignorance of those who fight against us, against the opponents who disagree with our knowledge, because we have already known the unfathomable one from whom we were born. We have nothing in this world, otherwise the power of the world to come into being, that came into being, would hold us back to the worlds of the heavens, where death is universal, surrounded by individuals. That sequel here is missing. Commentary: the Father is God, the creator of all things, and he wanted to make the struggle that tested people disengage from this material world. Notice that he says, we have nothing in this world. This is the truth. Even if one has everything in the world, he does not really have anything, since this world is not real, as an ancient Greek sage and Christ himself told us. The forces of our world oppose us. We are now ashamed of the world, but we do not care about them when they speak ill of us. We ignore them when they curse us. We look at them silently when they treat us indecently directly in our face. They talk incessantly about their works while we wander around hungry and thirsty, looking at our homes, which we perceive according to our way of life and our conscience. Commentary: here he speaks of the war that is inevitably accepted by those who follow the path of knowledge and of virtue that leads to the real world. And as Christ said, that they did to me what they did to me, they will do to you. If they accepted me, they will accept you. We do not depend, the text says, we do not depend on things that were created, but we withdraw from them. Our hearts are set on what really exists, and even though we are sick, weak, and in pain, there is great power hidden within us. Commentary: the great power within us is the power of Christ. Whoever asks receives. Finally, the ancient text, which was found in Nag Hammadi, read about these texts here. The text you read is was the Library of Alexandria in Egypt, when it was destroyed by the great emperors and patriarchs, supposedly in the fire, along with hundreds or if not thousands of texts containing the knowledge that Jesus Christ himself had given and had recorded. These God-fearing emperors, Theodosius, Justinian, etc., and the great enlightened patriarch of the Byzantine era protected us from reading such a text. They gave us books with great wisdom, such as Babylonian texts, which speak of various captivities. But the words of the Greek philosophers and the words of Christ were burned in Alexandria, gave the world a religion called Orthodoxy or Judeo-Christianity. This obscurantism, which had nothing to do with the truth, which the Holy Fathers, founders of Orthodoxy themselves, first disappeared from everywhere by burning everything, is the reason why they hated Christ. And even today, When Orthodoxy became Greek Orthodoxy, it does not tell the truth of Christ to the world, faithfully following the mission of its creation by the dark principles of the rulers of this world, which is nothing but the loss of the truth of Christ. However, Christ Jesus always wins, and Christ wants us to have knowledge. I've translated this from a Greek article for you. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.